Welcome to another episode of the Buzz on Biz. Today we have a special guest who plays a crucial role in keeping homes and businesses safe, clean, and pest free. We all like that. Gabe Durley here is a licensed technician of Mosquito and Pest Authority, a trusted leader, local leader, in fact, in pest control solutions. Whether it's mosquitoes, rodents, termites, or any unwelcome critters, Gabe and his team specialize in eliminating the problem at its source so homeowners and business owners can enjoy peace of mind. With years of experience in the industry, Gabe understands that pest control is more than just spraying chemicals. It's about prevention, education, and using the right solutions to create a pest-free environment. Today, he's here to share valuable insights into how pests can impact our daily lives, the best way to prevent infections, and how his company stands out in providing effective, reliable pest control services. Gabe, welcome to the Buzz on Biz. We're excited to have you.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. So, we'll start off. I have a couple questions for you. Hope you don't mind answering them. So, can you tell us a little bit about Mosquito Authority and Pest Authority and what makes your services unique?
All right. So again, thanks for having me on here. Mosquito and Pest Authority. Well, they've been a company for about 11 years here in Central Illinois. From Peoria all the way up to Bloomington. They've been around for a while, protecting everyone from mosquito-borne illnesses. Just recently, we had gone all pests, and a lot of our customers, one of the reasons they really like us, the fact that we offer no contract obligations. So when it comes down to it, customers who are with us are choosing to be with us rather than just being obligated to. So one of the things we're driven by our community, and we're driven to, honestly, we want you to enjoy your house. You spend a lot of money on it. So you want to be outside, you want to be in your house enjoying all the amenities without any other unwanted pests coming in, fly buzzing by you. Sometimes you just want to be in your yard. And wholeheartedly, we just want to support you with that.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, I love the fact you're here for the community so we can enjoy, especially now the weather's getting better and those pests are going to start coming out. And we would like to go outside and enjoy that time.
Yeah, definitely.
Gabe is here to help. So if anyone has any issues, call him. So what are some of the most common pest problems that homeowners and businesses face in Central Illinois?
So you're going to hear the word that depends a lot. And so when we treat for mosquitoes versus us treating all our pests closer in the house, it differs with methods. All right, so methods and issues. So for example, if we go outside, the warmer months, definitely we have it where mosquitoes and ticks are amongst the worst pests outside. Mosquitoes having West Nile virus, and you have ticks carrying Lyme disease. An example, honestly, we've had a customer of ours now. He works in his yard a lot, and he came back in one day, and his wife said his legs were covered in ticks. And you would honestly think he was being a bit anytime somebody says, "Oh, they were covered in this," it's probably just a few of them. He was covered. You go in that yard, they really did hop up. They were not hop, but they were crawling all the way up your pants legs. The yard was bad. So we went out, the wife called us, she let us know, and we found out in the process of that, the man was in a coma for 6 months. All right. So the last time I treated him, he was out of the coma. So he had come out of the coma. The last time I treated was at the end of the season, and he was in his yard doing a honey-do list, mowing around, building stuff for his wife. So that's one of the things that, like, outside mosquitoes and ticks, definitely, like, it gets pushed to the back of the mind with how they hurt you. Now moving inside, you have those things like you have your Japanese lady beetles, you have your stink bugs, your ants, like cockroaches. It all depends on what the environment is. And I would say a lot of your pest issues mostly are based in a lot of people, they don't know that they have one. When you go into your basement at most houses, some people don't even have like a basement where they want to go down in. Most times it's a basement where you just do laundry and you cut the light off and run back up the stairs. We all do it at times. But if you are in an environment and there's a problem that you're not conscious of, it's just going to grow. It's unchecked. That's kind of the same reason you have it where mice, when they get to your house, the basement is the main place that they go. You know, it's sheltered down there, and once they want to get back up, they can crawl right back up to whatever vector and then go back down and stay hidden until it's enough of them.
Yep. So on a personal note, I know we had some mice problems in our house, but now we have
Ooh.
2 cats. They don't come around anymore.
Hey, cats are probably the best DIY method you can come across for getting rid of mice. It is a lot of pests, actually. Cats are very good with that type of stuff.
Oh yeah. All right. So Gabe, thank you for that information. So what are some myths or misconceptions that people have about pest control?
Well, funny, we just mentioned DIY, right? So the do-it-yourself projects, they have effectiveness only in making the problem like containable. Like, for example, most people, well, one of the big myths you hear is DIY methods are just as effective as professional treatments. Now, the thing is, it comes down to an example of, you have borax for ants, or you have, the mothballs for mice, or or if you have a bunch of fruit flies in your house, people use apple cider vinegar and soapy warm water to attract them to catch it. That is something that all those things are something that can help, and I mean help control a problem, but only for a time being. So we can go back to the fruit fly example. If you have a bunch of fruit flies in your house and you put out a bowl of water or the apple cider vinegar, the flies, some of them will flock to it, right? They'll flock to it. Some of them will drown. However, where are they reproducing? Why are they here? And that's one of the main things that needs to be focused on, because I can come in your house and kill just stamp on whatever bug is there. I can't say it's gone. I got to figure out, hey, why did they come in? Why did they come in, and what made them think it was okay to come in? Like, is there an entrance outside or something? So one of the things you do is you go around and with the professional, what they do is they'll go through, they'll look, they'll see, oh, boom, you have some rotting fruit like under your stove. Maybe one of the kids kicked it there, or some kids love to store food in their rooms. It could be any type of issue, or it could just be that your dog kills something outside, and that's not means for fruit flies, but it could be a reason you have a pest. A lot of the times, professional treatments isn't me spraying a chemical. It's coming in and diagnosing the issue and trying to find the method that works best, that works for everyone, for you and your pocket, for me and my peace of mind, because I don't want to unnecessarily put something down if it's simple.
Yeah, I love that because on a lot of us unexpectedly we have neon signs saying pests, bugs, come here, and we don't know about it. But with you, you can find those signs, unplug them, get rid of them, so they don't come back to us.
I gotta say that is one of the better skills that I had, like that I'm happy I developed from this job, because it teaches me. I've like this is like the first house that I can say like I've lived in like as an adult with my family, and we're taking care of it, and I thought I was doing everything right until I go into I'll get into pest control, and you learn certain signs as to where pests are coming in, and you think the house looks just fine. But then you do a walk around of your house, you see these little tiny holes, like an eraser tip. A mouse can fit into a hole the size just of an eraser tip. Yeah. They'll get in, and the thing is, you'll walk through your house. Like, some people don't even look at their garage doors, for example. That seal at the bottom of your door, that after a while, a mouse will chew through that. And at the pest seminar, we saw them show a video of this mouse doing it. And it's amazing, because you see how little he starts with, because he couldn't get a grip at first, but they are so persistent. And he chews and chews and chews, and he chews a hole bigger than what he needs. But when you're walking around your house, you have to make sure you're keeping in mind of any man-made hole, any hole that was not there naturally when the house was built is a possible entrance. That's your gas meter. That's your HVAC unit on the side of your house leading into the furnace. It's any hole you put in. Hey, just anything you screwed into the side of your house. You have to make sure you're going around every now and again and sealing those things, because pests are always looking for a way to get what you got.
Yep, they're persistent, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Gotta love them for it.
And going back to DIYs, even I'm guilty of that. But the only thing is we're putting a Band-Aid on a major cut. We're not we're not going to the source and actually fixing the infection that's coming into the house. And that's where you guys can come in.
Exactly. And that's where we get to the second myth. I had another myth with it is people believe, well, some believe that pest control is only needed when you're under an infestation. And that's the thinking, and that's one of the things that we pride our business on. If we come into your house and you tell me you have all these issues with mice, once I get rid of your mice, once I do that inspection, I find the problem, find why they want to come in, like we just talked about. I seal those up and I put out stations or whatever method we use. That problem, what I'm supposed to see by my next visit is at least 50% of, or a threshold. I'm supposed to see the animals decrease by a threshold. So if there's a sign of so many droppings I'm seeing in a room, when I come back the next time, I should see a significantly less amount of droppings. It's not going to say I won't see any because we're still trying to control the problem. But I had a customer yesterday. He even asked me, he's a customer who switched from a different pest company. So he has a full-blown infestation of mice. He's had a larger pest company for about 16 years now. And he said the last time they came by, he said, yeah, I'm done with you guys. I still have mice. And he saw us at the home show. And that's where he made him come up to us. We got to talk, and he talked with Darren, the owner, for a while. And we gave him a free inspection. Hey, we come out there, we're gonna give you an inspection, and then we'll see what we work out from there. And so I went to his inspection. And mind you, anytime I'm going to any house, and this is for mosquitoes, no matter how many times I've been there, I do a walk around of the outside of the house because I don't know what's changed since I've left. I don't know what showed up since I left, or what's attracted something, or if you put something out that, doesn't have a barrier on it, I don't know if you put a different plant out. There's a lot of things that could change. So when we go to his house, he has all these different traps around. He says he's caught a few on his own, but never has the pest company. They put sticky traps. I mean, we don't put sticky traps out, but we put monitors out to, see what bugs are in your house, but it's not something necessarily to catch a mouse. So they have all these poison packs and sticky traps thrown around, and I'm doing walkthroughs and I'm looking out down the ground, and there's only 2 areas where I am finding legitimate droppings. And we're inside looking at it. And I'm seeing all the poison packs literally thrown in places that don't have anything to do with the issue at all. And they're thrown around. I have him take us outside, take me on a walk around his property, and he shows me, like, okay, so just for reference, this is where you were when we were inside. It's this crawl, it turns out that it's just this 8x4 crawl space that is letting the mice in. And the only reason that they're getting in and that they want to get in there, right outside of that little hole opening, is he has a bird feeder. The bird feeder is dropping is a bed of seeds right here. And what shocked me about it was you would think a bigger pest company has this edge because they've seen more, you got more experience. But again, like you said, they just check boxes. Because if anyone else, if an adequate pest technician shows up there, they would have seen that, okay, there are no issues here. There are no issues in this garage. There's no issues in the garage here. There's not even any issues in his kitchen. He is a clean person, There has to be a reason that they're coming in here. And rather than inspecting the entire house, they just, essentially spray and pray. Yeah. Well, we want to be more specific and deal with the issue. We see he didn't want to move. And on top of that, we're pretty safe when it comes to it because he didn't want to move his bird feeder because his wife had passed a few years ago. And he didn't want to move the bird feeders because that's one of the things she set up for her. She set up because she liked to look at it. So I just made the call, hey, one of the stations we put out, I'm just going to put them in the crawl space, because if the ones that are already in there, I want them to be the ones to find the station. I don't want your birds because they're tiny birds. I don't want them to accidentally mosey into that. That would break my heart. Yeah. So we're pretty careful. The bigger companies get pretty careless because it's like, oh, you're locked into a contract. What are you going to do about it? Or who else are you going to call? It's an arrogance that the bigger companies get.
Well, that's good. I was going to ask you that. What sets you apart from other, like especially the big services? And what I'm hearing is that you listen to the customers, you have compassion for the customers, and you actually look for the issues and solutions instead of just what you said, spray and play, or
just throwing poison out. Yeah, it's not. Spray and praying is never a good method to go with. But yes. The bigger you get, I mean, you got to still make sure your customers feel valued, not like they're just a number. And that's one of the things we try to make sure. And even in the mosquito season, I get like with all the customers that we have, I can't say that we really have negative interactions with them constantly. You know, it's something where, hey, if there's an issue here, it could be a training issue, and we take full responsibility for something. We retrain and we respray. That's our thing. We're a full accountable company.
Awesome. So next, how often should people schedule their pest control treatments, and what time of year is the most important?
All right. So when we get down to, especially when we're talking about the pests like mosquitoes definitely is just the warmer months, you know, between April and October. Those are the big months you're going to see a big mosquito jump up. And mosquito treatments usually go, I want to say 21 days is what we try to wait, because our chemical is a residual. So when we spray it, it forms a barrier for you for about 3 weeks, and it breaks down over time with the sunlight, with the rain, you know, if you water your grass too much or something like that. But typically it lasts 3 weeks. And when we get down to now pest control is something that's it's a bit different, because we come out 4 times a year is what we would do. We try to make sure, and one of the edges we have with it is we try to make sure it make it line up to when you're also getting a mosquito treatment as well, if you're a customer, because we're already on site, you know. So we're already on site doing a mosquito. Let's go ahead and knock out your barrier 360s, do all of that, you know. So you should see us 3 times during the mosquito season and 1 time during the winter.
Okay.
We try not to do 2 in the winter, because you know it's cold. Like the bugs aren't coming in. The ones you already have in your house are probably the rodents, and we probably will still come out and treat 4 times a year for that, unless you're seeing a worse issue. So it all depends, and both of them depend on the amount of activity you're seeing.
Right. Awesome. So Gabe, does your company offer any eco-friendly or pet-safe solutions for your pest control?
I'll start by saying that the word safe in pest control is a bit of a trigger word. You know, it's one of, because I can't tell somebody that, hey, this pesticide is safe, it won't hurt your dog. Oh, this pesticide won't hurt your kids, right? What I say is it goes more into us selling a service and not a product. So it's a big difference between the two. So when we come in your house, I'm not trying to get you to buy this jug of pesticide. I'm trying to get you to buy the method, the service, you know, how I do it. You know, so again, like if I want an example of that, some companies don't treat your entire yard when it comes to mosquito. Some companies only treat your patio area or your normal sitting area. We treat your entire yard. You know, so that's kind of what it essentially will boil down to. Excuse me.
Thank you. Okay, so what should homeowners and business owners look for when they're choosing a pest control service like yours?
A way to say this is kind of funny. So I was taught that growing up that if you were to ever hire a lawyer, don't hire a lawyer who makes guarantees. You know, and I've kept that rule in the noggin for years. Mm-hmm. But when you get into pest control, it's kind of funny how some things flip. Because when I'm calling you, I'm not, if I'm the pest control company, you're having an issue with pests, you're not calling me with the hopes that I'll deal with it. It's, hey, this is my issue. You gonna help? And if I can't help, that seems like a very rare situation, but if I can't help, then I will be honest with you on if the state would have been honest with you about something if your house was that bad. But it's never really a situation where a person can't help. So what I would say, looking for a pest control company, you want somebody who is making guarantees. You know, like they make that guarantee that you're going to be pest free, that peace of mind. Because I've been around people who've had bed bugs. I've had, my sisters had bed bugs. I've had a couple customers who spoke about them, like their bed bug experience. It's a paranoia that you get after you have that, like once you have a pest. Depending on what bug it is, you can't, like, I'm still paranoid to this day about picking up a can of pop that I'll leave on the counter. When I was a kid, we had roaches when I was a kid, and I am paranoid because you know that
something could have gotten in it.
Exactly. So, and that type of stuff stays with you. Bugs have a knack of tying themselves to household objects, you know? So you want a company that is going to give you that peace of mind to let you know, hey, no, you're going to sleep okay. That scratching from those mice, give me some time. It will stop. Those buzzing, those flying stink bugs around your house, oh, I got it. It's okay. Because this is my job. Yeah.
So when people looking for guarantees, you're gonna come in and say, guarantee you're never gonna have this problem again? Or what type of guarantees should people be looking for? Because you can't say you're not gonna have any more mice again once I come in.
Well, that's the thing. You can't. You're right. I can't accurately say you're not going to have any more mice again. You know, but that's where the core of our company comes in, and it's prevention. We're very big on barriers and boundaries, and that's the biggest lesson you can teach your kids or anybody you come in contact with is how to have a good barrier or a boundary. You know, and one of the things we do when we come into your house, we're making a barrier, and that's one of the things we're good at. We're making a barrier in your house, making your house safe for you to be in. You won't get annoyed. Your kids won't run into the room annoying you because there's a stink bug in there. We cut down a lot of different issues. Okay, so the guarantee we have, so when our pest control, with our mosquito side of things, for 11 years now, we have been able to proudly boast the Mosquito-Free Guarantee. And it is still wild to me that it is possible that you can walk into someone's yard and they tell you, hey, I'm having a problem with this bug it's a lot of them everywhere, mosquitoes. And I can tell you that after 2 treatments, you won't have any more in your yard. And it's that much confidence that I can say that. Nice. No other company that I've seen, at least, has had a mosquito-free guarantee.
But would that only be for that year?
No, the mosquito-free guarantee. The mosquito-free guarantee is our treatment. So after the second treatment, so whenever we so give you a good example of this. Whenever we give a free spray, right? We let someone know that, hey, you're not going to reap the full benefits of the service without 2 treatments. But what we do like to do is, for example, the home show, we gave a few people free treatment, and we're waiting till May to give it to them because hey, you're going to be in the middle of mosquito season. We want to show you just how easy it will knock down the issue. So we give you that trial version, and then when you have 2 treatments, you're going to see yourself without mosquitoes. And if you see any mosquito, if you get bit by any mosquito in your yard, we come back out and we treat for free.
Nice.
We're very responsive to that, and luckily, we also extend that same guarantee to our pest service as well. Meaning, if I show up for your Barrier 360, I go around your house and I spray, and I'm outside and I'm spraying. If you tell me a week later you're seeing bugs in your house again, I guess it's something we have to go back and look at. There's an entrance I missed. There's a crack I missed. Hey, I will go through and retreat again. Always looking to be better, always looking to improve and please the customer.
Yes, love that. All righty, so let's see. So I know you gave us a success story earlier. Do you have any other success stories that you'd like to share?
Oh, any other ones? Okay, so we have a couple, and it's not just one customer, and that's the thing. I couldn't, because the situations are kind of similar, and that's honestly with mosquito control more than anything, because mosquitoes, I always thought when I was growing up that kids saying that they got bit by mosquitoes and got bumps, they have these big bumps, and I always thought they were just being dramatic, but when you get older, you realize apparently, yes, some people aren't like you, and some people don't just get a little itch whenever they get bit. Some people get welts. Some people's outings turn from just a fun outing to a hospital visit. And that's one of we don't want that. Anytime that it is an issue, and we're very receptive of that, we come out to your yard, and I noticed this one particular customer who has, and I will say this one, he has a daughter who has a bad allergy. And whenever she's bitten, you won't hear the end of it if it's a problem. If he sees one, you won't hear the end of it, and we will never be mad at him for it either. We get it. That is a parent. That is your job. And if you're saying something, that means we messed up. We're not toxic. We're not going to get mad at you for it. Okay. So we go to his house, and whenever we do spray, we make sure we go around and we spray the whole yard, and we come back out and we put another layer out too, just to make sure we can keep that knockdown away. We're extremely responsive to it, because the last thing we want is to hear that, hey, yeah, my kid's in the hospital right now because they got bit by a mosquito. And you're like, no, I can help with that. No, no. So we make sure we do our job right the first time. Because a lot of our customers have grandkids that come over, especially during the summer. And a lot of our customers that want that coverage are those grandparents who are just watching the grandkids over the summer or have the grandkids over every other day. So we look forward to keeping that customer base satisfied.
So now you've been speaking a lot about mosquitoes. What about like
Yes.
wasps or bees? Yeah.
Oh, okay. So my kids really enjoyed this one because they actually got to look at it. We did a wasp. It was a hornet's nest removal.
Mhm.
It was we would go to this yard, and it's amazing how quickly a wasp and a hornet nest will show up.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, you're walking you have no choice but to remember some of the yards. You know, you see it or you dread it. You know, so when you walk through the yards, you're looking up a lot of the times because people believe mosquitoes are on the ground. They're always up, right? So the higher we're looking up, we're looking around, and then imagine getting to the end and seeing, you know, a basketball-sized hornet's nest. That's jarring to see. So once the customers normally know about it, but you know, and I've had wasp nests and stuff, wasp nests or something inside of, or nest inside of a light or honeycomb somewhere. And honestly, I've waited until I've just had the money to buy some wasp spray or something. Can you imagine waiting that long till it got that big? You see, and again, unseen pest issues are that's how you get it. The unseen pests are the biggest issues. You get those that wasp thing gets started like this, just little holes in it. Then it gets to that. Just in a few months, you know? So going there and he took the nest down, I mean, they could use the rest of the yard again because, you know, they apparently just cut off the rest of the yard. They're just like, hey, yeah, don't go out there. We just started ignoring it. That's their area now. Again, back to our cores. We want you to protect your investment. We want you to enjoy your yard. Is it? You can enjoy it with your kids. They can bug you, but we don't want the other wasps and insects and bugs to be after you. You know. So that's one of the things. My kids enjoyed it because I got to bring it home. You know, I got to bring it home, and we got to look at it, see how it worked. Like saw the different the wasps inside, like
chambers and stuff. Yeah.
The different chambers. It was amazing. Yeah, they loved it. I got pictures of somewhere in here of it.
All right, Gabe. So we're almost at the end here. So I guess how can people get in the community, get in touch with you, and schedule a consultation or learn more about your services?
Well, we have a few different ways. Well, we're anywhere from Peoria to Bloomington. You can see one of our trucks. Be happy to talk to one of our techs. We'll be more than happy to assist you there. But you know, we can go to the other conventional methods, and that's you can go to www.bugsbite.com. Put your zip code in. It sends you right over to us in Central Illinois. If you're a person who doesn't have anxiety about talking on the phone, that's fine too. We have people who love talking on the phone as well. That's 309-518-4334. Again, that number is 309-518-4334.
Awesome. Well, people, if you need to get rid of those pests, especially mosquitoes, time's coming up here pretty soon at the time of this recording, get a hold of them and get them out of your house now and enjoy your summer. So do you have any offers you'd like to give the people who are listening to this podcast here, Gabe?
Yes. If anyone who's listening to the podcast, if you call or if you get in contact with one of our techs or one of our ladies in the office, if you use the promo code Grow My Biz, we'll give you a free consultation.
Awesome. Hey, people, call now. So this was great.
Look forward
It was
to
great
it.
talking to you, Gabe. I've learned quite a bit more about pest control and mosquito controls and all that stuff. So rodents.
I appreciate the opportunity.
So thank you very much. So people, get a hold of Gabe or contact Mosquito and Pest Authority here and get your house clean and get it ready for the summer so that you can enjoy summer and not be having to swat at flies and everything all summer.
Actually, relax your arms.
That's right. You can enjoy the summer as the sun starts coming out. So I just want to thank you for jumping on the Buzz on Biz, Gabe, and we look forward to hearing more about your adventures maybe in the future and looking for you on social media.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right. Well, thank you.